What is the benefit of doubling up on your hearing protection? Another way you might ask the question is, should you double up on your hearing protection? Let's see if we can determine the benefit of doing so now. When discussing hearing protection, an important number is the noise reduction rating, or NRR rating. As you can see here, my in-ear hearing protection has a noise reduction rating of approximately 32 decibels, and this low-profile over-ear model approximately 22 decibels. An important note here is when used as directed. The noise reduction rating is a rating of the effectiveness of hearing protection based upon a laboratory test where the hearing protection is properly fit that gauges its ability to reduce noise levels. Higher values indicate greater noise reduction. Typically, in-ear earplugs or molded to your ear earplugs will have a higher noise reduction rating compared to the over-the-ear hearing protection, which seems a little counterintuitive to most people. With the rise of technology, here in 2025, you may even find some electronic earbuds with features like Bluetooth technology or bone-conducting hearing features. With these, what we'll call electronic hearing protection, it's important to keep in mind the rating is based upon the foam earplug tip and not anything to do with magical electronic bits. Again, it's the foam tip, not the electronics. Now that we have some of the basics out of the way, what is the actual benefit of doubling up on your hearing protection? Those already familiar with OSHA likely already know that, but for the rest of us, if you're one of the people not in the know, throw out a guess on what you think the combined NRR would be for this two sets of hearing protection, the in-ear earplugs and a set of low-profile earmuffs over them. What do you think the NRR is? 25, 35, 45, 54? Put a guess in the comments and let's see if you're right. Looking at what OSHA says for a single set of hearing protection, and keep in mind we're not doing the 7 decibel correction for the differences in A versus C scale. When wearing a single set of hearing protection, we would subtract the NRR value from the measured sound level, which would give us the estimated exposure level. So what happens when a second set of hearing protection is added? When a second set of hearing protection is used, take the highest NRR value, add 5 to it, and subtract that from your measured sound level to give you the estimated exposure level. It is important to note that using such double protection only adds 5 decibels of attenuation. Using our examples, if we take our highest NRR of 32, we add 5 to it, that gives us 37. So wearing both pairs of this hearing protection would give us 37 decibels of protection when used as directed. Raise your hand if you thought that was something like 54 NRR. Ah, gotcha. I too would have thought that. You might be thinking 5, 10, 30 decibels doesn't seem like much, though keep in mind a difference of 5 decibels will be clearly noticeable. A difference of 10 decibels is going to be about twice as loud. A difference of 20 decibels will be approximately 4 times as loud. And a difference of 30 decibels is approximately 8 times as loud. With gunshots in the 140 decibel range, if we subtract 37 from that, we get around 103, which is in the neighborhood of a chainsaw, which we can tolerate for slightly longer before we are potentially exposed to hearing damage and pain. And again, the effectiveness of your hearing protection is very heavily dependent upon it being used properly and as directed. If you do not have a proper seal and a good fit for your hearing protection, the noise reduction rating may be significantly lower than the listed value, and you may be exposing yourself to hearing damage. Only getting 5 extra decibels of protection, potentially, does that mean you just should never double up on your hearing protection? I'm going to say the opposite. I think you should always double up on your hearing protection because, well, you only have one set of ears, and at least as of 2025 and our current technology limits, science does not have a way to undo that damage. So unless I'm shooting something like suppressed 22 long rifle, I am always doubled up on my hearing protection. Inside, outside, shooting pistols, shotguns, centerfire rifles. To me, it doesn't matter. I always double up on my hearing protection, even after this video and learning that I'm only getting about 5 extra decibels of protection. What are your thoughts on doubling up on hearing protection? Let us know in the comments. Well, anyway, that seems like the perfect spot to end today's presentation. We hope you found today's video informative. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a good night.
Ready, set, ready, go. Set, ready, set, go, go.